Well, thank you so much, Ann and North Shore Democrats. It's Laurie Eiserloh here. It's so good to see you all. I'm running, as Ann mentioned, for the the 455th Civil District Court. It is Travis County's newest civil district court, and it's civil, it's not criminal. So that's a little different. As you know, the civil type case would be family law, personal injury trial law, any kind of business matter. Contracts, any number of things. Those are civil cases. And how do you know what's a real, if you're looking at a case, how do you know it's probably civil? Well, typically criminal cases will be like the state versus somebody, right? That's because it's a crime against the state that's being tried. Civil cases are usually people's name. It might be, Laurie Eiserloh versus, I don't know, Karen Smith or whatever. Those are civil cases, right? And usually instead of fines and things like that, we're talking about some money damages, or maybe just the court saying what you did, go back and undo it. Okay, so those are civil cases. The 455th is a brand new court. Currently, there's a Republican sitting on that court who's a Governor Abbott appointee. And so he will be running against whoever wins in the Democratic primary in the fall. So that's some big picture. About me, I'm a 28-year trial attorney. I'm double board certified in labor and employment law and in personal injury trial law, and I practice in state and federal court, and also in the courts of appeals. I'm a very experienced trial attorney. So when you're talking about this, like picking juries, admitting evidence and witnesses, things of that nature. You all, I'm from San Antonio originally. I'm the daughter of a widowed school teacher. My dad died of a heart attack right after I was born. So I really, growing up with my mom, raising the three of us, got a real sense for, how it feels to sometimes really not have all the advantages. I was very fortunate to get into the University of Texas. I graduated with highest honors, and I went to UT Law School, which was also very fortunate for me. Right out of law school, I became the director of something called the Lesbian and Gay Rights Lobby of Texas. It's now called Equality Texas. This was during the height of the AIDS crisis. And I really had an opportunity to get into the legislature and into the courtroom too, and see how it felt to be representing and helping folks who were really playing on an uneven field, right? I mean, all the game tilted against my community as a member of the gay community. Dan Morales, who was then our AG, hired me to be a trial attorney, which was a great fit for skills. And so then I started trying cases federal. At this Attorney General's office, left at the Deputy Division Chief level, went to the private sector for a little while, and then I went on to work for the city and the county. And I was the chair of the employment law team at Travis County. I'm board certified in labor and employment law and personal injury trial law when I ran for county attorney. Some of you all remember that. I had most votes in the primary, lost in the runoff to the mayor pro tem. But I had this call in my heart for service. So when this new bench came open, the bar approached me and said, "Hey, consider running again." So here I am. It's something that had been a long-term goal of mine, but as someone raising two kids, being a good wife, being a good daughter to my mom, who was quite elderly, I didn't have the time to really do what I'm doing now until more recent years. But service is strongly in my heart. I've served on the board of El Buen Samaritano, the Austin Center for Child Guidance. I've served at Aid Services of Austin. On the coldest nights, you'll find my family and me over at the Trinity Center at St. David's Episcopal Church, where we're members, serving our homeless neighbors. Service was the highest calling for me and in my heart. And so you all, North Shore Democrats, as you know, I'm a member. I've been coming to your meetings for a while. I'm there. And, when y'all needed me, you had some problems with some taxation in your building, church called me and I jumped in to help. That's just who I am. So this running for office, it is a long-term, community service for me. It's in my heart, it's in my soul. I'm also the former precinct chair for 275, which is Hyde Park. And we ended the election of our lifetimes with a huge press conference in my yard with MJ Hagar, Wendy Davis, and the New York Times and much of the press here. So I felt like it was kind of, Hyde Park was like a precinct on steroids. So that's a little bit about me, a little bit about the court, a couple of the plans. I know I stop for questions. We are right now working on a Zoom court model because of COVID. we have found some real, dang it, sorry, I'm kind of timing myself. We found some real efficiency with that. It helps working people to get to court more easily. I'd like it to see more, to do more of that. I've been volunteering with volunteer legal services. I'd like us to see fund that system better for indigent people. The other thing I'd like, we're moving into a new courthouse. We got to make sure that we've got the best ADA accommodations available in our new courthouse. So those are all some things I'd like to work on. We can't tell you how we rule on a particular case because of judicial ethics, but you can look at my history as a gay rights activist, as a community activist, helping the poorest of the poor, and you know where my heart is. With that, I'll stop and let y'all ask some questions.
Yes, and we do have a question from Joy Smith.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Laurie, what is your top criticism of the civil district court system, and what would you do to correct it?
Well, my top criticism is it's just too expensive to get your case into court. And I think one thing we can do to help that process that's realistic, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of deep in the system, and I hear people say, well, you do this. One thing we can do absolutely is make sure that volunteer legal services gets more money, because that's where that group can actually get lawyers to people who need it, like a court-appointed civil attorney, get the lawyers to people who need it. And that group needs better grant funding, it needs better funding. So that's what I'd like to see. Any other questions for me?
Yes. From Doug Mellon, our precinct chair 373. Laurie, if you're elected, is there anything specifically you can do as a judge to help those in the LGBTQ community?
Well, yes. I mean, I can't go out and look at the facts, but I will be the first out LGBTQ person elected to that court. And keep in mind, we've got coming to those courts, we've got name change, gender marker changes. I myself was a litigant in those civil courts trying to adopt my children, which did happen, thank goodness, but it's a pretty queasy feeling when you're in there and the law isn't even recognizing your relationship. Now, we do have marriage equality and things are better for some people, but let's just say this is the voice of LGBTQ on the bench. It seemed an impossibility when I graduated from law school in 1990. So it's going to be a little bit of a new day for us guys, and it's a pretty darn big deal for the LGBT community and also for the labor community, because we don't have a labor specialist up there either. Anyway, I hope that helps. Anything else, guys?
That does help. You have 14 seconds to wrap it up.
Well, thank you, North Shore Democrats. You all are wonderful. And I just am so appreciative of this time today, wishing you all the best. Don't forget to go out tomorrow on Valentine's Day and vote for Laurie the lawyer for Civil District Court, Laurie Eiserloh. Thanks, y'all.